Authenticity. The word authentic is a combination of Latin and Greek words meaning coming from the author and one who acts independently. I interpret this as you are the author of your life. It also means of undisputed origin and accurate, trustworthy, reliable. When your authentic voice can be trusted, there is no need to look elsewhere for guidance. No guru, therapist, teacher, or best-selling writer can give you better answers than the ones you find within. There can be no permanent recovery without an awareness of oneself as unique in all the world. And because no two people will ever think, feel, or live exactly alike, the authentic voice will always be more accurate, more informed to your situation than any cookie-cutter recovery program. In this way, you can begin to think of recovery as an adventure of deep self-exploration, a journey to your core. Honesty. Honesty is the #1 requirement for a sober life. There are so many ways that addiction eats away at our instinct to tell the truth, both to others and to ourselves. Over time, lying becomes natural, eroding all trust, intimacy, and personal growth. It creates a life of isolation, insincerity, and estrangement as we become more and more enmeshed in our fantasies and the false reality that addiction creates. Learning to be honest on a daily basis is a lifelong process for any addict. In this book, we will present a challenge to be 100% honest in our words, actions, and emotions for just 24 hours. How do you think you will do? Evolution. Active addiction is a rut that spawns other ruts in all areas of our lives. This is where the element of evolution comes into play. We have to take a long, hard look at just where exactly we have dropped the ball. Have we quit school or abandoned a cherished dream? Have we neglected our partners, settling into a dead-end pattern of resentment and routine? Have we made do with a life of mediocrity as we secretly wonder what we might have achieved had things gone differently? Our goal will be to catapult you off the couch onto a magic carpet of spontaneity and surprise. You may discover recovery is more fun than you imagined. It is what you make it, so make it about reinventing your life for maximum substance-free joy, pleasure, and excitement. Solitude. Solitude is the soil into which we plant our recovery. Without solitude, our recovery cannot put down roots and bloom. It will always remain shallow and short-lived. Learning to enjoy being alone is a critical task for any recovering addict. Our discussion of solitude will explore some of the resistance we face as we try to carve out time for ourselves. It also catalogs some key characteristics of withdrawal from 24/7 dependence on technology. We learn to travel inward, to validate ourselves from within the bejeweled recesses of our own soul, and to cultivate a connection with the natural world. Visualization, meditation, and silence become our allies in a life free from drama and chaos. We begin to value our own company, nurturing our uniqueness and ultimately falling in love with ourselves, often for the first time. Time management. One of the greatest challenges you will face as a recovering addict is the management of your most valuable resource, time. How you spend your time reflects your values, your desires, your hopes and dreams, and the importance that you place on your sobriety. But time management is not an innate skill. For many of us, we need outside help to organize our lives in a way that best serves our higher purposes. Oftentimes, we don't realize the sheer number of hours we lose to television, the internet, or gossip. Procrastination and chronic lateness can trigger us to act out through our addiction rather than face our underlying fears about moving forward in life. As we start learning to set